Stay the course, don't quit, endure to the end, keep going, whatever phrase you want to use there, do that one, right? Whatever fits for you. Hi, my name is Braden Chase, and every day, I do a post about something. Hey, Adam. I do a post about marketing. I teach English. I teach a bunch of different things here on my different videos. But on Sundays, I do something different. Sundays, I try and do something that's a little bit more motivational or something a little bit more internal. I don't pitch anything. I don't sell anything. Hey, Kenneth, nice to see you. Hi, Luciani. And Sundays are these kind of a thing for me, right? I try not to work on Sundays whenever possible. And this is kind of my day to give something as much as I can. That is a kind of a labor of love in my sense, as much as I can. So thanks guys. So I am reading the book Voyage of the Dawn Treader with my kids. There we go, Voyage of the Dawn Treader. This is a great old book, but it's a great old book, and we just finished it today. And thank you for the happy birthday. Today's my birthday. Well, tomorrow's actually my birthday, but we had the party today, and it's very fun, by the way. But we had this. We finished the story today, and it was a big deal. Hey, Irvin. Reading this story was a big deal for me the first time I read it. It touched me very deeply. And the basic storyline of Voyage of the Dawn Treader, it's a boat, right? And they're sailing on the ocean. They start from Narnia and they go to the end of the world. That's the whole story. But along the way, they hit a bunch of islands and they have adventures and they have, stress and fear and overcome challenges and stuff like that to get to the end. And it's just this wonderful, amazing story. And over the years, I've learned that this particular story is talking very much about our internal heart and our internal soul as we are working and moving forward to try and achieve our goals and to not quit and to be strong. This story is teaching us about all of those things. So each island, as you go through, you kind of realize, oh, that island represents greed. Oh, that island represents fear. Oh, that island right there, that represents arrogance. Oh, hey, that one's selfishness or whatever, right? You're like, oh, okay. Until toward the end, they get to a point and everything's right. They've overcome all of the islands and everything's great. And they hit this last island and it's like the island of comfort. We've got it. It's all good. They don't actually need to go any farther. They have all the food they need. They have all the happiness they need. Everything's taken care of. They just sit there. They can do that and it's totally fine. But they don't. And they make more steps and they move forward. And it's this wonderful story about, okay, when you have a mission, when you have something that you actually want to achieve, you have to keep going. You don't give up or you don't stop when you're tired or when, everything's great. Hey, I've made a bunch of money, now I can quit. You have a mission to achieve. And you move forward and you keep working at that mission, even though you run into island after island after island, wall after wall after wall, problem after problem after problem. You keep going and you keep fighting to achieve your goal always, right? You don't give up. And even after they beat all of these islands, they move along and they achieve. There's this one point right at the very end. The boat can go no farther. They're in the midst of this sea of lilies. It's this beautiful white symbolism and stuff like that. It's this beautiful thing. They get to the end, and Caspian, who's the king, gets up and he goes, I am going to the end. I will abandon you all because I want to move on to the next level. I want to go beyond and leave you all behind. And they all freak out and say, Caspian, you can't do that. You have to stay. You have made promises to help people. You have given your word that you will go back and you will do this and you will do this and you will do this. And you're breaking all of your promises if you keep going. And he says, no, I am the king. I will do whatever I want because I want to. And there's this whole speech and discussion about it. And I read that chapter tonight to my kids and we sat down and we talked about it a little bit. I'm like, well, what is that? We beat the island of fear, and we beat the island of greed, and we beat the island of arrogance, and we beat the island of whatever, right? We went through all these steps. What's this last thing? What's this last point? Feet before reaching the end of the world, right? The end goal. What is this last point? where the king is failing. And that story, hey Adam, that point was pride. They had worked, they had traveled the ocean for months, island after island, stress after stress, problem after problem, issue after issue, whatever, all these different things going on. And they get to that very end. And then he fell apart because of pride. He wanted something, and he wanted to break his word in order to get it. That desire for something that wasn't supposed to be, right? That wasn't for him, that he promised that he wouldn't take. But he wanted it. So he was going to make it happen because he wanted it. Not for love, not for peace, not for service, not for help, not for anything to help anybody else, just to help himself. And that broke him. That broke him in his story. And it's a Christian book, right? So Aslan, who's the symbol of Jesus Christ, comes in and says, no, you can't go. You have to go back. And he's like, oh, no, I'm sorry. And he gets humble, right? The opposite of pride. And he goes back like he's supposed to. That's kind of how the story is resolved. But it kept playing in my mind, and it has been for this past little while since we finished the book, that in my own life, right? And in my own business, right? Because I know some of you are business owners. And in some of the English language learners, learning a language is hard. If you haven't done it, it's hard. And we'll overcome the grammar, or we'll overcome the vocabulary, or we'll do this different thing, or the pronunciation. But then we get to this point where we go, I know how this works. Or we build our business to a point and we go, I know how this works now. I don't need your help. I'm going to do it my way. And when we do that, we often break ourselves, and our work forward, all the stress and all the trouble and all of the sacrifice we've done before is broken. At that very last point, we fail. Hey, Mark. And not because the route was wrong, not because all of the work before was, not supposed to have been done, or because it was somehow invalid, or because our destination was a bad destination, but because at that very last minute, we got so prideful and so confident in ourselves that we decided we knew better and we knew what was right, and we're just going to do it our own way. And we break. And we do that on the last step. We trip and fall all the way back down the stairs, right? We've climbed all the way up and we trip and fall all the way back down. So the message for tonight is to stay humble, especially as a business owner. A lot of you are entrepreneurs that are watching this. English language learners of any kind, friends of mine, me, right? Whenever I come back and watch this in the future, stay humble. The progress you've made has been because you are standing on the shoulders of giants. Someone has helped you get, not someone, many have helped you get to where you are. Once you get up to the top, or whatever your top is for whatever you're doing, don't get up there and go, I got this. I know what's going on. I don't need you people anymore. Don't you dare. Because that is when you fall. Stay humble and keep learning. Be kind and be helpful. And the more you help, the more you will be helped. The more you give, the more success and happiness and joy that you will have. Whether it be money or people or friendships or family or whatever it is. The more you give, the better your life will be. Okay? That's kind of the message for tonight. Stay humble in all that you do. Hey, Sergio. See, I still say your name is Sergio. Sergio. That's better. Okay. Anyway, I hope that was helpful for some of you guys tonight. If you like that, post underneath. If you have any questions about it, post underneath. If you want to go where to find this book, Voyage of the Dawn Treader. Awesome book. You should all read this. Very inspiring. And I hope you guys have a great night and a great week. And I will talk to you guys another day. Bye.